the Yankees right now look like they have the best rotation in baseball, as they just signed Carlos Rodon to a 6-year deal worth $162 million. What's going on, guys? The king of 161st Street. I'm back with another video, and as I just said, the Yankees went out and got an extra arm to throw in that rotation with Gerrit Cole, Luis Severino, Nestor Cortez, and Frankie Montas now. And especially if Frankie Montas can be back to where we thought he'd be, which again, he was dealing with a shoulder injury when we got him, so it's not fully representative of who he was. But if Frankie Montas can be that guy, this is a fucking stacked rotation. Carlos Rodon, at the age of 30, has been a 2-time All-Star already, and in his career has a 40% ground ball rate, which is something that I look at heavy with pitchers coming to the Yankees, because again, we have that short porch in right field, and even though the other dimensions are actually wider than most stadiums, that short porch makes you think a guy probably has to keep the ball on the ground in order for the pitcher to succeed. What was Sonny Gray's issue? Sonny Gray's issue was he gave up a fuck ton of homers. Carlos Rodon doesn't do that. So, looking at this deal, with it being 6 years, $162 million, that's $27 million a year, which, if you're putting that up against the guys who are at the top of baseball right now, it is not as much as you'd think. I mean, you had like the freaking Jacob deGrom deal, $35 million. You look at those deals, and then you had the Justin Verlander deal, and the list goes on, and you realize that this deal doesn't look that bad for a guy who has 2 All-Stars. Last year had a 2.88 ERA coming in with a 5.4 WAR. Like last year, he proved with the San Francisco Giants that he is a guy who could step up for you. In close to 200 innings, he gave up only 12 home runs. In 170 innings, he gave up 12 home runs. That is it. And I know the counter to that could possibly be he was playing in San Francisco for 81 games. Or not 81, but like for half of the games he started, you would assume. And so that could be a de facto reason why he's not giving up the homers. But like I brought up before, he's got a high percentage of ground balls. Doing that in Yankee Stadium is going to get you wins. It's going to get you out. Being a strikeout / ground ball guy gets you out in Yankee Stadium. And looking at the Yankees offseason so far, we kept our captain. We now have a pitcher. As long as the Yankees get a bat soon, and it could be any way possible. It doesn't have to be Tatis or anyone like that. Just get another bat that is more versatile than just a big power bat. Like, yes, like, obviously Tatis would be a really fun piece to add as like a franchise guy, but at the same time, that is very much unlikely. Yeah, that report came out and I kind of milked the shit out of it. Thank you for the 1,000 views, by the way. But this is different. The Yankees have now got one of the best rotations in baseball, because you had Nestor Cortez, who for 3/4 of the season was in top 5 for Cy Young conversation. Gerrit Cole, probably the best pitcher in New York now. Maybe Justin Verlander. Probably Justin Verlander. So number 2 in New York still. But still one of the top 5 pitchers in baseball. Now you add Rodon to this rotation, to add with Luis Severino and Frankie Montas. Luis Severino last year proved at the end of the year that he's a guy who can really dominate still. And that was his first year healthy. Imagine what he's going to do with a year under his cap of consistency. That's the type of thing I'm talking about here when I say the Yankees have the best rotation in baseball. This deal, will it put us over the edge of getting past the Astros? I don't know, because again, last year a big part of the Astros success was Justin Verlander, and now he's gone. And now the Yankees at times this year had a lack of pitching. Now we have one of the most stacked rotations in baseball. This is going to be an interesting year for the Yankees. The Red Sox are falling out, and the other AL East teams really aren't doing anything. The Rays aren't getting better. The Blue Jays aren't getting better. And Baltimore, I mean, look, they were a cool Cinderella story, but they were still 4th in the AL East. We're going to have to calm down, and maybe they do it a year from now, but they will be good. I'm not saying they won't be good. I'm just saying slow your roll on possibly them being competitors in this division. This division's very much slowing up, and that's what gives me somewhat confidence in us possibly repeating as division champs. You add another bat to this lineup, if it's especially a lefty bat, or just a guy who's more versatile than just a righty power guy, and all of a sudden, this team's a force to be reckoned with. You add a shortstop, maybe that's Volpe. Maybe somehow, some way, maybe after like May, when you can like manipulate rookies' contracts and shit. Still one of the dumbest things that baseball has right now going for it, but I digress. Maybe after that date, Jason Dominguez goes on a run, we possibly throw him in the outfield. Now we've got a switch hitter that's supposed that when he was signed by the Yankees out of the Dominican Republic, he was compared to Mike Trout and Mickey Mantle. A guy with that type of potential just stepping into this lineup could be absolutely crazy. Obviously, Volpe being the #1 guy in the system, he's probably going to get an invite to spring training. And to be honest, he probably will still be sent down for some training, extra development for the next couple months until they can manipulate those contracts. Then we're going to start seeing some guys come back up. But this season could be pretty fun right now. And there's a chance that we don't give up a lot of runs. And so, buckle up, Yankees fans. This might be a fun ride. But hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like down below. If you're new here, hit that sub button. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.